Janet, first of all, I don't know what to say. Congratulations. I just want to say I need to really appreciate you for coming forth. Namaze kuongea story. Just give us a short story about your journey with cancer.
Okay, well, basically it started in April 2015, last year, when I was diagnosed with a venous thromboembolism, which basically means blood clots forming almost everywhere, especially in my heart and lungs. And later on, when we investigated further, in September, I was diagnosed with lung cancer stage 4. I did not believe it. How? I had been having DVT and pulmonary embolism. Where did the cancer come from? I would look at myself in the mirror and say, this doesn't look like stage 4, especially stage 4. That's the one where, ideally you should be digging your grave. So it was very difficult to believe. Honestly, I went silent for about a month. Before I went public, I had been in India for already a month, and I was like a zombie. My husband was there with me, and later my mom. They can tell you. I mean, I would disappear into watching TV and movies, because my mind needed to be in another world that was far away from my current reality. But eventually, after my first chemotherapy, when I went public and I shared my story, people's response overwhelmed me with just how kind they were, and that helped me deal with the journey. While I had the deep vein thrombosis, or VTE, I continued with work. But then once I went to India, I could no longer return to work. So from September, really,
I resigned.
Yes, yeah.
So Janet, tell me about your husband. How was it at that time when you told him? and your family?
Ikua he's gone through a lot. Yeah. He's the one I would keep asking him, are you sure the doctor said that? Then I would tell him, okay, go away, I need to be alone. Then I would tell him, okay, fine, come back tomorrow, I need to cry. Then I would just start crying, then I would stop crying. Then I would disappear into TV and say, I don't want to talk. And then, it was difficult. And all this time, our babies were in Kenya waiting for us. We would Skype them and they would wonder, why? Mommy, I want to be there where you are. Are you in hospital? And I would cover my bandages so that they don't see what's going on. And he's had to pretend with me to our babies.
Bro, na job ulikuwa una manageaje na take care of madam?
Hey. So you're in India. Actually, we're going for 2 weeks. So when we go to India, we're actually going just for 2 weeks. And we're just going for a test. So we're on our way back. It was actually supposed to be a week. And then we test, we come back. So I thought I would come back to work and continue. And it's me they told that she had cancer. And then I had to tell her. Now that was hard. But then so suddenly we had to stay in a place when we had no money, and work stopped. I'm a consultant, so you're paid on time and effort. So everything just stopped. When I came back, one lady I need to celebrate, called Carol Radu, just said, what are these rumors I'm hearing? And I told her it is. And then she says, so what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. Then she said, do you mind if I talk about it? And when she started talking about it, she got a call from Ses Mutungi, and the whole thing took a life of its own. I can tell you. So I was not working. Janet was in India.
She's not working.
She's not working. They are running a bill. When Ses and Carol did their thing, I'd been told by the doctors to make sure I wire something like 800,000, I remember, on a Tuesday or something like that. On Monday evening, Ses raised that money. On Tuesday morning, we sent it.
Ses, we celebrate you, madam.
Yeah, so then, and it started like that. And the whole treatment regime came to something like 5 million. And Kenyans raised for us 5.1 million. It's like God just gave us just what was needed. And I'll tell you, like in the house, because I was not working, we had no food. But you can't go around telling people while you're busy, while people are sending you 10,000 and Janet is in India without money. So they send 10,000, you forward it. And I have 2 kids. This is how we survived. The school just called and said, from now on, no school fees for these kids. Just let them come. So they didn't pay fees for 2 terms.
Wow.
Yes, let them come. This is how we survived.
We actually saw a lot of favor from And that's we
The
thank God
landlord,
for that.
our landlord wrote off 3 months' rent. And then we used to be members of a Rotary Club. They came and shopped 6 months full shopping for the house. So that's how we survived. And in the middle of all that, I think we're just running on faith. And you have to be strong for her, because I knew, the one thing I knew, if Janet believes that I believe and I'm on her side, when she prays, it'll get fixed.
Yeah.
The rest is a detail. Once we're done with this thing, we'll look for money and jet back on our feet and whatever it is. So it's been quite a journey, I can't lie to you.
Thank God, NHIF has come in.
Yeah.
They are able to pay for chemotherapy, radiotherapy, basically all your treatment bills up to a certain limit. Right. You just need to make sure that your membership per month is paid up. And even if it isn't, it's a 2-month waiting period. Once the paperwork is done by your doctor, 24 hours later, you have your letter. Go in and get your treatment done. Okay? Another thing, please, don't get depressed. It's not only me who has survived this. There are very many other survivors out there. There is always hope. It is possible to beat this thing. Remember, keep your focus on who? The Almighty.
And today I celebrate you, Mr. Ikua.
Thank
Jane,
you.
I'm sure today there's so many people out there. Wamefurahi kukuona. Are you excited to see a very allied Jane? Ikua, you're looking amazing. And I hope to see you soon on TV.
Absolutely. It's all about malezi. Mtoto umleavyo?
If you are
That's
That's
All
it.
right, let's appreciate Jane Ikua.